All right, 5 o'clock on a Monday. Let's do this. Let's hit the books. Part of the Hammer Betting Network, alongside the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Joey Knish. I am merely Brad Powers, producer extraordinaire Zach Phillips, also at the controls. And we got a loaded chat room already, it looks like, as we're watching a live bowl game as it goes.
I was going to say.
Yeah, before we get into all your comments and questions, recap the bowls that we've already seen, maybe give you a best bet or two that we see some current value in. Let me remind everybody that Hit the Books is brought to you by BetStamp. The easiest way to improve as a sports bettor is to use multiple sports books and always getting the best odds. We recommend using an odds comparison tool like BetStamp. BetStamp compares odds across every sports book for games, future, and player props. You can save time and money by checking BetStamp before you bet. Download the app today. If you're looking to sign up for a new sportsbook account, please check out the offers available at betstamp.app/hitthebooks, or you can hit the link in the description. If you sign up through this page, it does help support the show. Speaking of supporting the show, make sure you're hitting that like button if anybody's watching it live. You need to hit those like buttons. That helps us, particularly Zach Phillips. If you don't like me or Knish, do it for Zach.
Do it for Knish.
Zach. I heard it was a good Saturday night for you. I think for all of us, we were very pro Lions.
Yes.
And, that was an easy one for us.
Well, I tell you what, I know the first few drives, I was like, okay, now this is got it. But it all came together, coupled with Vikings loss, Packers loss, and we're going for all the NFC North marbles this weekend. Now, I saw our friend already bet the Vikings, this way, so we might have some beef there on the early play, but we'll see here. But I'm glad number. I mean, we got the cover. I'll cover all the numbers. Yeah, that was. I hadn't actually, partaken side or total, in the Lions since early season. And was regretting it big for about, for the first quarter there. But they got it together, ended up blasting Denver. So, yeah, good result for us. Hopefully everybody on the show, we were live streaming, had some fun playing that the locker game, which was actually pretty solid there. Me and Zach just missed out on the money there. But overall, yeah, good Saturday night. And starting out, hopefully our Old Dominion hangs on here. The second, they switched quarter. They were playing like the coach's son, Western Kentucky early, or whatever it was, and then they put in the real quarterback, and the offense has picked up a bit, but in a good position here. Hopefully they close it out.
Yeah, I hope so too. That was a nice one. We had a nice one on Texas Tech. We didn't have to worry about too much over the weekend. So, yeah, it wasn't terrible. I mean, I certainly, as far as bowl game results, surprised what Ohio was able to do against Georgia Southern.
Yeah,
especially down to a guy making his first career start, a true freshman running back. They were the clear side from start to finish.
It's so their depth. I mean, going into that game, their depth. I remember reading the depth chart. They the quarterback who started was the leading passer and rusher on the team with like 100 yards total and like combines, and they were still able to Georgia Southern. I mean, there's always that handful of teams that don't show up in bowls that like you can tell just like got there and probably went out, got hammered. That was Georgia Southern. The first quarter was like, that was
the rumors. They were hammered.
Yeah, they're out on IG having a good time. So yeah, I don't think they took that too seriously.
Now I'm trying to think of other ones. Good win for Rich Rod there. Jacksonville State clearly was the right side, deserved better. I mean, when you win a game where you give up 3 defensive touchdowns and you still win, you are clearly the right team there.
Yeah.
UCLA was, they dominated obviously the second half, but for a while there, it looked like Boise was going to be the right side. Despite all that UCLA money, Boise State controlled the line of scrimmage in the first half. UCLA went, due to a freak injury type of thing to the quarterback, Garbers, who wasn't, feeling 100%. He gets in the lineup and the offense takes off. So that was a little bit unique in that regard. I'm trying to think of some of the
our boys from Las Cruces.
They
took a pound. I remember I looked at the score and I was like, and I looked at the box score and I was like, oh my God, it was worse than. It's one of those boxes you're not like, oh, they got no, it probably should have been 57-10. So I think they got outgained by about 450 yards in that one. So Fresno Fresno really put it on them there. Wow, Western Kentucky.
Well, Mikey Keene started 15 out of 15 in the game, so he couldn't miss. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, that was and
rough.
then just the Weather Bowl in the App State, Miami, Ohio. I mean,
I should have bet more on that. I gave that out and should have bet more. That was unbelievably bad. But kudos for App State for getting a win there. That was a tough watch.
That was it. Yeah, I didn't. To be honest with you, I didn't watch too much of that one. As Las Cruz. Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I mean, domination. And I mean, from a Fresno team that I thought was pretty fraudulent all year, they just buried them. So yeah, that was a tough way to end the season for our boys. But hey, you know what? Overall, can't complain on the season.
No, still won 10 games. Let's get to the chat. Fabulous one was in early. Utah State money has hit the market. Do we follow the steam? At what number does Georgia State become playable? I'm part of the Utah State money. I've been part of that since 2 weeks ago when the line came out. So up until it hits 3, I mean, I'm okay with Utah State there. Georgia State, some opt-outs that are pretty significant. The running back who's really good, the backup running back who's also good, the top wide receiver, an offensive lineman, a defensive starter. A lot of their key guys. Well, it is 3 now. Wow, it finally.
Yeah, I saw. I didn't even see. I saw it was 2.5. So I didn't know it crossed all the way. Even some 3.5 out there. So yeah, I would tend to agree. I know a friend of the show, Tailgate Tent, played some Utah. Gave out Utah State this morning. We were talking Utah State earlier. But yeah, I agree with you. It's kind of probably hit the at 3.5 was going to be
3's fine. I'm not looking to play back Georgia State, but 3 is about where I made it. And also unique location for Georgia State playing in Idaho. I mean, Utah State's used to playing, on the blue turf in Boise.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if too many fans are traveling to Idaho in December for this for the Potato Bowl or whatever this is.
Fabulous one also in the chat. Do you still lean Troy at 7.5? Hard to gauge the power ratings with all the portal and coaching changes. Yeah, I still would lean that way. It was probably best bet material for me, but with Troy losing their coach, it made it a little bit more difficult handicap, but I would lean that way. Duke's just had way more, key opt-outs, to say the least. I mean, obviously, Riley Leonard's not playing. A lot of their defensive guys aren't playing. The Duke is probably one of the top 5 hardest hit teams as far as the portal. So lean Troy. Did you bet it at all?
Early. I mean, I couldn't get to it at this number. But I agree with you. I mean, as you say, and Duke without Riley Leonard and that was just without Riley Leonard. Now you couple in, a number of the other guys this year. And as you said, the coaching staff change is tough, but it's always tough to quantify because sometimes guys leave and then there's a couple guys left on staff and not that much changes. So those can go either way. I think, the majority of Troy's guys are in this one. So gun to my head, if I was doing a bowl pool or something, I'd still lean that way. But in terms of the line, I wouldn't bet any more over a TD.
RW Fan 23 in the chat. There's still meat on the bone for LSU minus 7.5. Well, make sure you shop. You can find 7, I think, right now.
Yeah, you know what? The 6 flickered.
6.5 flickered at some PPHs.
Yeah.
I want to say a couple wager offshore.
Yeah.
But there's 3 7s out there. I'm okay. Best bet at that.
I was going to say, where do you think this is going from here?
I don't know. Is there any more guys going to get out for LSU?
That's what I don't know.
We can wait till Friday.
Because I don't know, his neighbors, that would be.
He was practicing. Their first practice, he was there.
Okay, so I mean, that would be the only thing. You don't want the guy. What we talked about with Ohio State is if McCord leaves, then is everybody on offense going to say, screw it, we're not going to play the quarterbacks now? But Daniel's out. As you said, we talked about it last show. No problem backing Nussmeier or any of that, but it would just be neighbors said he is playing. So yeah, if the guys on offense are good, and this is another thing we talked about, some of these teams, the teams with LSU, there might be guys that coming in that haven't played all year that can still come in and probably better than half the guys that Wisconsin's going to put out there on the first team. So that's a team from a depth perspective. I know their defense hasn't been good. That I'm still okay back.
Wisconsin's got more opt-outs. I know nothing like the Heisman Trophy winner, but I mean, they got opt-outs left and right. They had another key lineman go out today when they're better defensive linemen.
I'm just.
I don't know. It's up to you. I'll leave it in your hands. I'm okay laying 7.
All right, let's.
We can wait though. I mean, it's up to you.
I just don't. I have like. I mean, number one, the two people on the show would be buying up the 6.5 as if they flashed. I can't see. Maybe somebody buys off the sub, but I can't see it really getting much better. And if anything, probably goes the other way. So, yeah, I'm good if we want to do 7.
Best bet LSU -7. I'm fine
Yeah.
with that. No. So I made that, and just for bookmaking, I bet that when it flashed 7 today. I couldn't get to the 6.5. I thought 7 was fine. Fabulous one in the chat. Nope, we passed him. I'm sorry. That's on me. Charles in the chat. What grade would you give the Gerard Parker leaving? Good job, Notre Dame. Well, he gets the Troy job. We were just talking Troy, head coaching job. That was kind of a surprise this morning, to say the least. Fran also follows up. Would you love to hear your thoughts on who the next NDOC will be? I'm hearing it'll be external. I'm hearing money won't be a problem this time around. So I don't know. I've heard, let me think. Kirby Moore from Missouri. I've heard Candle from Toledo. I've heard Moorhead from Akron. I've heard Denbrock from LSU, although he just signed a major contract. But I don't know. Notre Dame celebrated Tommy Reese leaving. How'd that work out? So I'm always sky is falling. Let's see who he hires first. I'm not.
I mean, they had the guy lined up in Ludwig and just didn't pay. Didn't pay the man the money. So yeah, I know one of your favorite trolls is the. I still laugh at sometimes the Family Dollar fighting Irish when they wouldn't pay up for. But
I think there's some things changing. The portal kind of gave that off too, because I mean they had guys locked up like that. So, and I'm hearing they're spending money. So, about time.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you can get a good OC on that staff. I mean, they've been pretty buttoned up on defense and even got the quarterback stuff. But they need some more talent on offense too at the skill positions.
Let's get to a super chat here. We haven't had one of these in a few weeks. Drunk Driver H3 in the chat. Thank you for the $10. That's for Zach. Just want to say thanks to you guys and Zach for the show. Also, my uncle is visiting for Christmas and said he punted a ball 76 yards in high school in 1979. I got raised by penalty. Is he lying? That's funny.
I mean, if you just assuming your uncle was, the punter on the tier, the athlete on the team, if the wind's behind you and you can get the right bounce, I could see. I mean, 76 is a hell of a boot, but
yeah.
It's
was it played on that old AstroTurf? Because they could get rolling back in the day.
Also, it could be one of those where, maybe it was 56, and as the years go by, it turns into 76. Where it was like, oh, what a boo, and then by 15 years ago, he's telling the story as a 56-yarder. Now it's a 76-yarder. So either way, I got erased by penalty. Yeah, it'll live in infamy as it's in the family Christmas.
Thank you again for that super chat there. We appreciate that, and hopefully that goes to Zach and not the forward progress. I'm joking. Ryan Hart in the chat. Thoughts on the Pitt OC hire from the FCS? I don't know a ton about him, but getting some young voices around Nard Dog will probably be beneficial. I don't know. I didn't even see who they hired. Pitt's not in a bowl game, so I haven't been the urgency for me hasn't been there on Pitt. Do you know who they hired? I'll look it up.
It was Cade Bell from Western Carolina.
I bet Western Carolina quite a bit. So is he a young guy?
He is. I think he was the Western Carolina coach's son. So he is a younger guy.
Oh, okay.
And he, 2023 total offense. They led FCS 504 yards a game. So, yeah.
He's 30 years old. I'm seeing here. Yeah, I mean,
Nardog. I mean, the guy goes from here to here. I mean, just he goes from we have the Heisman Trophy winner passing, and then let's go back to playing on the ball. Now we're going back to I don't know what the guy's about, but at least give him credit. I think the direction is good, and I like put especially when you're a program like Pitt. you're not going to go out and get like, the couple $1 million OC. So that's, I think going to the lower ranks is solid.
Yeah, I'll have to read more up on it, but I mean, on the surface, looks good for Nardog for not going with usually one of his old.
Yeah, you going with one of his old cronies who like wants to run, the West Coast offense.
Yeah, so we'll see how that works out. We'll have plenty of shows in the offseason to get to all that. Kyle in the chat, well, has the LSU bottomed out yet? Well, I think so, if we have any market influence. So there's your answer there. Hopefully you were watching live when we just gave out LSU. Mr. Bebop Blue, Knish, can you parse out how much of the Lions variance is from A, being at home, B, being inside, it's not being cold outside, O-line being healthy, E, other?
I could probably do too much on this, but I know it's a CFE show. Like the offensive line being healthy, there's some like stat when you take Ragnow and a couple guys out, like the PFF stuff goes from like a top 3 unit in the league to like a bottom 10 unit. So some of it's the O-line being healthy, and some of it is, when the O-line's not right or Goff's outdoors and getting pressure, like he's a guy who cannot execute under pressure. So when the O-line's right and Goff has time, he's great. When it's not, he's not. And the defense has been playing, they had a better game plan versus Denver, but I mean, it's just not a good defense. So it's a team that's got to win with offense. So it's a couple of different factors there. Listen, if they're at home, and as you said, they're at home indoors, offensive line's right, they're very dangerous. You put them on the road at Philly and, no Ragnow, and you got Goff throwing the ball in 20 degrees and 10 wins, and good luck. So, a lot of situational team there with the team, but hopefully lock it up at Minnesota this week.
Connor in the chat, I knew it wasn't official best bet, but ODU lean a rocking chair. Let's hope. It's not over yet, though. I've seen.
Yeah, no, Western Kentucky just scored, too.
So I'm not watching. Is 35-21 or 28?
28.
Oh my fucking God! Unbelievable.
So, the Western kids. This is it. We're not in the barn yet, baby. And there's still 9 minutes left.
No, it's not. So wow, unbelievable. That'd be about the season. To be honest with you, that's summing up.
A couple guys. Yeah, Raiola to Nebraska is official. What do you think of him?
What?
Are you not a
kid that's played at 4 different high schools in 28 months and been committed to 3 different college programs in 28 months? No. I mean, kudos for Nebraska. They're upgrading the quarterback room, but I don't know.
I know just from the talent stand, the scouting standpoint, he's got like the real big. I know Bud Elliott, friend of the show, 24/7, has seen him in person. Really so. I think talent wise, I would agree that some of that is concerned. Word on the street was that some of the Georgia staff was like the other guy they had committed better than Raiola, and he obviously he's a flight risk. So, and I think maybe you think they're gonna start him. I feel like with McCord. I feel like he basically got promised the starting job. If this flip is happening, McCord didn't choose Nebraska. They got nobody else. He probably is
Satterfield still the offensive coordinator?
I would have to. I mean, if he hasn't been canned yet,
there you go. I don't think much. So, I mean, it's better than what they had, but I mean, it's not saying much.
But I mean, starting a true freshman, especially in the new Big Ten.
I do think Rule's doing a decent job, though. I will say that. I like the defense. The other recruits, they got a stud tight end out of Nebraska. That's a really good. That Nelson kid's really good. I've seen tape on him. I don't know. We'll see. Ask me in the spring. I got to watch the kid play.
They've actually, I tell you what, for the new Big Ten, they got a pretty manageable schedule next year.
Really?
Their non-cons pretty just so. I don't know. We'll have to see.
And they finally get to a bowl game. My goodness. 6 years now? 7 years? Unbelievable. That's nuts to me. Charles in the chat. This one's for you, Knish. Any midweek bowl props?
Joey props action. they've been slowly leaking them here, where a lot of places don't. So I think only the UTSA game. I don't think I had anything on UTSA Marshall. So let me text somebody, see if I'll circle back into the show if I got something.
Okay. Michael in the chat, any starters sitting out for SMU? No, I mean, other than Stone getting hurt. No, as of right now, I haven't seen anything significant there. Yeah, that's the Riola news. Sorry, checking my phone. Yeah, I like SMU. I mean, I at least bet them an open. When I lay the 11 now, I don't know. I think the under is the better play. I mean, we're still a week plus out, but I think weather could be an issue. I like SMU's defensive front. BC's not going to throw the football. I don't think SMU throws the football with the backup, so I like under 51.
Yeah, I agree. In Fenway, especially if there's some weather, Fenway Park, the field's going to be a complete dump. So yeah, that I agree. That would be one that it probably wise to get in. I don't think it's going back up. So even at 51, wise to get in on the under now because it probably only goes one direction.
Agree. Best bet?
Yeah, let's get it. I'm in.
There's some 51.5s out there. Betway, Canby, book. Those are all Canby.
I like it. I mean, SMU's defense has just been absolutely nasty.
Up front, they are. They're legit. They're Power 5 defensive front.
Totally. So yeah, let's get in on that. Because I think especially if you get some kind of incident weather.
It's good when Knish is trying to pause so he can get down. So
yeah, I was gonna say that's you. We know it's a best bet when I'm trying to fire these as we speak.
I have made that bet under best bet. I think we're in good shape there, and we will get the best. In my opinion, we'll get the best number there. That one, like you mentioned, is only going to go down. Probably closes 48, 49. So under. There you go. 2 best bets in the first 20 minutes. Grant in the chat, what's going on with USC? Is Lincoln Riley looking at the Chargers job? I don't know. Will Howard's going there, so I mean they'll be okay there in that regard.
That was per some of the circle. It looked like that Howard was going there, and Nelson wanted some more NIL money or wanted a pay raise. And wasn't going to get the job if Howard's going there outright. So I think that's why he hopped. It's weird. It's weird. Top of the Power 5 now. Like it's almost a lot of these coaches don't have time to kind of wait out a guy to see if you almost want the known quantity. So it's interesting now. What do you think Ohio State's going to do?
I have no idea what they're doing. They're waiting around.
I don't think you can roll into next year with Devin Brown and freshman Air Noland.
I'm hearing they're liking what they're seeing with Devin Brown.
I don't know.
So that's what I've heard.
Man, I gotta tell you, if I'm Ryan Day and my job's probably on the line next year, I'm rolling in with Brown and a true freshman.
There's still time. But who are they in? I haven't heard any whispers of who they were in. I heard that they kind of liked Riley Leonard, but that was pretty much good. That was already a done deal.
And I think Cam Ward's doing the Florida school thing. So who else is left? Like the portal's kind of thinned out.
Maybe there's someone that you wouldn't even think of.
Right. That you can. There's a big
I think that could possibly be the case there. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're up to. Back to Lincoln Riley. Recruiting's not as good as what is expected, to say the least. Let's see what they do in the transfer portal. Damani Jackson, that's a pretty big loss on defense there.
Yeah,
I got a couple of Oregon State transfers that I think are pretty good. I like the Lynn hire at DC. I like getting Entz as another guy on that side of the ball. Not necessarily DC, but like associate head coach on defense and North Dakota State coach. So let's see. A lot of this, I know people are asking me, hell, I don't know. I don't know if anybody knows yet. I mean, if anything that I did wrong, I probably took too many positions. There's a lot of uncertainty. Ryan in the chat, especially with them changing conferences. I mean, I don't know. They could be much better and go 7-5 again.
You're right.
Ryan Hart. Yeah, I mean, they opened with LSU. Tough schedule. Ryan in the chat, I know you mentioned Syracuse being a tough job when Babers got fired. Any idea what changed to get McCord? First time being active in NIL and basketball or football. They got a very young, aggressive staff that's going to get after it recruiting. I mean, that's step one. Maybe they do have some money, but I think more importantly, they just got to a very young staff that's going to be super aggressive. I mean, that's the big change.
I don't think that was NIL based. I think that was McCord wanted a starting job and wasn't going to get it from a top half of the Power 5 program. And so, as you said, new staff there. So, yeah, I don't think Syracuse is throwing a bag around. So that was just getting a guy who probably wanted a starting job.
Crestman, thoughts on the FCS championship? Not my favorite bet, but I took a little Montana plus 14.5. That was at DraftKings earlier. I made it 12.5, which is funny. That's where it's funny how the market lines up. I don't publish my power ratings, but I see a bunch of other places opened up like 12.5. So I'm not a big Montana guy. I'll say that though. But when my numbers line up to bet Montana, that says me that's probably the right side. Did you do anything? I know I sent it to you.
Yeah. Same size as you. I would say I don't know. As you said, some of the playoff run South Dakota State has looked. They did have the closer game, but in the last couple, I mean, they're definitely the cream of the crop there. But
yeah, I mean it's not a slam dunk. I think I'm going to get the best of the number at 14.5. That's why I made the bet. I'll see what happens. I do like that kid. That Junior Bergen kid's a stud for Montana. Love that kid. I can't believe he's not hit the portal. He's their punt returner, kick returner. Wide out does everything for me through the 2-point conversion. Stud kid there. But South Dakota State is just, I mean, men against boys. That Albany game was, oof. Yeah, I bet Albany. So it's terrible. Guy asked in the chat, hey guys, OU money line. Yeah, I think Oklahoma's the right side. Have you done anything yet? Now, the only thing that I worry, and we talked about this on the last show, Oklahoma's got like 3 starters on the offensive line that aren't. So young quarterback, bunch of offensive linemen out. That doesn't scream to me, super confident Oklahoma, although I think they're the right side. You're on Arizona?
No. You know what? I was kind of one of those that it played some Zona early and then, actually came back on a little Oklahoma once it hit, the 3.5s and 4 that were out there. I think 3 is, gun to my head, you're probably getting, the more talented team with the points here. But obviously Arizona was, really good for the second half of the season and doesn't have a lot of, change up where you've got a little bit more on the Oklahoma side of things, especially obviously, the Dylan Gabriel stuff, but
yeah, Gabriel Levy.
Yeah. So it would probably be one that I'd stay away from now.
Fair enough. Arthur in the chat, UCF seems short. Am I missing something? You know what? I didn't bet the side on that one. That seemed fair to me.
It feels like the most, to me, we talked about this, and it's like the most high variance bowl game there is. I could see UCF winning by, 60. I could see Georgia Tech putting, I could see this game squaring 100 points. Could see it going there, especially in where it's at now, like 4.5. I don't know. I don't see.
There hasn't been much movement at all. I mean, if it's off, the market will get after it, especially as the limits continue to open up more and more. Hasn't been nothing on this game, except the total continues to get bet up and up and up and up and up. That's high. That's counting on a lot. That's counting on your offenses to really hit it rolling. But I think obviously the market has said that's the right side there over. But I haven't bet the side. Not sure that I'll get to the window unless I get some breaking news. Royal Payne in the chat. Where do you think the Bama Michigan numbers will be by kickoff? I'll guess Bama 1.5.
You know what? I'll say pick.
There you go.
Pick it. And looks like
you probably are right. There's some 2s popping. That concerns me.
Yeah, and I've seen some differing opinions on the total too from some different people. So gun to my head, I'd lean under at 45, but it's I don't know. I think not breaking any news here, but I think both playoff games are shaped pretty good at the moment. You'll probably see as it gets closer a little bit of money, but I don't think you'll see a significant move on anything either way.
Yeah, you might be right with the pick. I don't know. We'll see. We haven't seen much movement at all on those 2 games, but as we're still, do you want to tie up your credit for something that's not going to probably move that much? No. So there'll be other bowl games before then. Grant, Ole Miss going crazy in the portal. Do you think they care about the game versus Penn State, though? Penn State taking money to 4. Yeah, I mean, we will be talking Ole Miss in the offseason, I'll tell you that, because if there's one program going all in right now to make a run, that's not your Georgia, your Alabama, your typical teams, it's Ole Miss. They're killing it in the portal, to say the least. As far as the Penn State game, I think you like Ole Miss in this game. My numbers lean Penn State a little bit, but nothing wild.
Yeah, I played a little Ole Miss. I'm not super crazy about some bounce back to 4 there. I don't, I wouldn't put too much stock in like the portal factor being a huge thing on why they're going to play or not. But as you said, they are spending some. They're spending some. I don't know where they got the bag at, but
that's a poor state. I don't know where they got it either.
Yeah, I don't know who's funding it, but they're spending it. So yeah, it could be a definite factor team next year. But as far as the bowl, I could lean Ole Miss at where it's at current, but I can see I was expecting a little bit more attrition from Penn State, at least in terms of the draft, which we haven't seen yet, other than Chop Robinson. So.
Yeah, it's still the news could still hit. What'd you think of Tom Allen, DC there?
I got to give Frank. I kind of love both coordinator hires.
I do too.
I like what the kid from Kansas, and then Tom Allen. Tom Allen's defenses at Indiana with not a lot of talent could be pretty damn. So yeah, I like what Franklin did there. I feel like he finally got it right on both sides.
Yeah, I think he did a good job. I'm not a Penn State guy, but that was 2 pretty damn good hires. So that's an intriguing game. I don't know if it's a high value game. Hopefully as many players stay in and don't opt out, because that could be a really competitive, really good game that we could get there. So that's kind of my hope right now. RW Fan 23, Coastal is now 10.5, widely available against San Jose State. Are we betting it? Sprinkle the money line. Are you betting it? I'm passing still. I know I would lean that way at 10.5. I haven't bet it though.
Yeah, I didn't buy anything back. I mean, we talked this one early. ODU with the fumble recovery, baby. We needed that. Are they going to
close it out? Is it still 35-28? I'm sorry.
35-28. Western Kentucky just fumbled after a catch, so that was needed. But I jumped or considered it at 10.5, but I haven't fired yet. I might even wait a little longer there to see where we can get to. But yeah, this is one I'm not running to the window on.
Yeah, shame it's not Christmas Eve. That's when you talk about the traditions in my house. Watching the Hawaii Bowl. That's a shame. Can't get it. We do have NFL though. That's not bad.
There we go.
Yeah, that'll be nice. RW Fan 23, Eastern Michigan plus 15.5, plus 16 in a spot. Hate Eastern, but it seems like too much to lay in a bowl game. Bet spread and sprinkle the money line. Oof.
So to sprinkle the money line.
$5.
Yeah, if you want, just put it in your kid's stocking or something rather than sprinkle the money line. Our dub. Eastern Michigan. If you look at
they're the worst bowl team. They are.
And it's by maybe in the last few years in terms of they're outside the top 100 in everything on offense and defense. And you look at the teams they beat, it was the corpse of 4. I think they beat UMass and all that stuff. And it's a South Alabama team that's pretty damn good. So I will say Creighton has a habit of somehow getting the best out of these bums for years on end now with no talent. Yeah. So did I lay it? No. Am I sprinkling the money line? No. So, but I mean, gun to my head, I would lay the points. This is a bottom of the basement MAC team versus a good Sun Belt team. So,
and they're at home too, South Alabama.
Yeah. So yeah, they're no Eastern for me.
Yeah, Eastern played the weakest schedule in the country, according to my ratings, out of all 133 FBS teams. They're 117th in yards per play margin, 128th in yards per game margin. A bowl team. I mean, it's about as bad as it gets, folks. Now, there's been some key opt-outs for South Alabama.
Yes.
With all that being said, if it hits 17, I would have a pizza bet at 17. I'm not there yet, and the market hasn't moved much yet. So that's what I would need to bet Eastern. Oof, that's a tough one. Guy in the chat, how about Air Force guys? Yeah, I bet Air Force. I think they're the right side. I think they're getting healthier. And as far as the power rating, they're at their absolute lowest of the entire season. JMU lose their coach. Guys have hit the portal. They say they're going to play, but are they distracted? I mean, you can't be 100% into a bowl game when you're in the portal and taking offers and doing this and making visits. So Air Force for me. That's one. Yeah, everyone's saying sprinkle the money line. I'll be safe. Sprinkle that money line.
Yeah, you know what? It's one of the whole like we're all in the portal but gonna play is like the Western Kentucky did that today, and it was like some guys played, some guys didn't. There's like nothing more.
I don't think you can trust it.
No. So I don't know. I mean, I like obviously this opened up bit. We talked about this in the first bowl show. Like there was some Air Force. I mean, anything at where it's at now would be a pass for me. But I agree that like you're kind of getting a known quantity in Air Force, and the military school in a bowl is that as opposed to JMU, half the team might decide to actually not play. So yeah, I mean, it would be at Air Force or nothing, but I wouldn't be betting real money at under 3.
I am excited to be talking about Bob Chesney though on a weekly basis.
Yep, that was our we were trying to get him. What job was he in for before the JMU one that they
Syracuse?
Yeah. I think that's a great spot for him. The great spot where they're gonna have a ton of talent. That I mean, and I know Signetti, like he got the Indiana job and he didn't. I'm kind of like, if I'm JMU, Signetti was what, like 63, 64? I'm like, we got rid of I mean, how many more years was he going to coach anyway? Now we got Bob Chesney. I think got a little bit of an upgrade.
I visited there this summer. They got some money there. Nice campus.
Money, facilities. I don't know.
Tradition. They want to win. There's good support. They pack that stadium.
If you're the ACC, you take Stanford, Cal, SMU, or I don't know. I'm going to put JMU on the list.
Yeah, I like it. They have a little bit of money there and some support. I like the hire quite a bit. Howdy in the chat. Do you guys expect any buyback on North Carolina versus West Virginia? Well, I mean, it depends on them. If it crosses through 7, but I'm not interested right now. I think it's just not the obviously Drake May. I mean, they got like 8-9 starters out. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't trust Mac Brown. Do you? No. I mean, he couldn't do anything with these guys.
No. I don't. I mean, you'll get buyers just on the number if it crosses through 7, but no. That's one it's been a bet all the way out. So
Brett in the chat, any Cancun teams you guys are targeting? Thinking Miami, A&M, couldn't care less about their spots. I mean, yeah, we did give out Oklahoma State as a best bet. Love that. Rutgers is a best bet. So, yeah, I mean, we agree with you. But we gave them out at different numbers.
Yeah, it's one of those that the numbers have kind of gotten away now. Where it's
look at that CLV. Good stuff.
Yeah, well, let's hope it pays, baby. So we got in on the USF. I know a friend of the show bet some Syracuse. Where do you? I'm a little surprised at the move back on that.
We're still good. We gave it at 3.5. So
I know. I'm just saying, I know it's just Cuse was going through. Is it Veltari that's playing quarterback for Cuse?
Nah, they might go to a different guy now. It's not going to be. I mean, Davis or something like that. Some big kid. I don't know. I don't know on these bowl games, and it's okay to say that. Oh, you're an idiot for what do you mean you don't know? This is all you do. I mean, I don't know. I honestly do not know sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Has the guy played all year?
I think he has one pass attempt. Davis or something. I think it is some 6'5" kid. I thought I was reading.
Huh. Yeah, I don't. It was. I was one guy that I worked with earlier was like trying to get information out of the Syracuse camp so far. The bowl season's been tough.
They've been buttoned up. I think the whole defensive staff has pretty much stayed. Looks like Valari. Yeah, you're right. Why was I reading somebody like Davis for some reason? Where the hell was I reading that? Fuck. I don't know. God, am I losing it? Jesus. I know it's been a long season, but I can't believe.
Big field goal for Old Dominion here to make it a 10-point game.
That
3
would
minutes
help
left.
us.
It's quite a distance though. We'll see what blocked. Oh no.
Jesus.
Oh, I thought they were going to scoop and score there, but now we've got a sweat on our hands.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I wasn't, 6'5" freshman, Braden Davis. He might get some snaps.
Okay.
One pass attempt. So you know what? The old memory is not totally gone. I thought I was reading that. I don't know if they might split some reps. Villari, he's gotten some snaps. They were running Wildcat.
Yeah.
Quinn Allen was getting snaps. They were running him. It'll be interesting. I think their offense will still be okay. I think USF will put some points on the board. So I'm still, even though the number's down, I'm still rooting for the over there. And I think we still have the right side at +3.5. Howdy in the chat. Wyoming -160 money line seems cheap. Well, we thought so. We gave out -150 money line is the best bet. Wyoming.
Yeah, so and I know it's ticked up even a bit more.
Look at that.
I don't know. And DeQuan Finn officially chose Baylor, so we don't have to worry about I
was worried.
Yeah, he's coming back, and not going to the portal. So yeah, I like that quite a bit. Even more now that we know Finn's not out, because Toledo without Finn.
You let me know if we blow this damn game, because I can't watch it. I mean, I'll throw a fit. I'll punch the screen. I mean, I'm up for it. I have ODU in all these contests that I'm still in. I really need a bat or I might get eliminated. Unbelievable. Tulane, +10. No Tulane for me. I like Virginia Tech.
No, you were the first one on the Tulane's a fraud ship. And
all year, man. I watched a few of their games. I'm like, this team sucks. Yeah. And I'll be honest with you. It was even worse down the stretch. The UTSA win was so fraudulent. Benefited from SMU game. I mean, I get it. They lost by 12. They were favored. That was still fraudulent. They should have lost by 3 touchdowns in that game.
Right. Right.
Virginia Tech was my play of the year when I gave them out early in the bowl season. Just before on the old top service. It was my strongest play of the year. We'll see. You know what that means. I'll probably get beat by 10. So I have 4 points of CLV at this point, but I think the line could still go higher. I don't think the Tulane opt-outs are done yet, to be honest with you.
I agree.
On the positive side, I like the coaching hire. Summerall is a really good coaching hire for them. Kudos to them for that.
Agreed. Third down catch WKU. They're at the 30.
Oh my God. Unbelievable.
It's getting sweaty in I don't even know where this bowl is, but it's getting sweaty.
Connor in the chat, is Marshall buy if it gets to 13? I would lean Marshall at 13. It's not one of my favorite bowl games. I think UTSA wants to get their first bowl win in school history. Marshall's down a backup quarterback. The Pennington kids, it's pretty much sucked. I think 0.6 ratio. But man, when there's so much uncertainty, and I'm saying I don't know in this regard and that. I mean, generally speaking, I'd rather be on the take than laying a lot of points in bowl season when you just don't know. I mean, look at this game, the wild swings. I mean, Western Kentucky looked like a dead cat on the side of the road for 3 weeks. I mean, it's 21-0, 7 minutes in the game. Probably was too easy for ODU. They got a little too overconfident.
5 turnovers. Western Kentucky has 5 turnovers too.
Louisville 7.5 seems steep. No, well, we agree with that because on the last show we did on Friday, we're like the only ones. USC +7.5. Gaius, low hanging fruit. Yeah, I lean towards the Trojans there +7.5. Jordan's out. Thrash is out. That's their 2 best players on offense for Louisville. So SC for me, baby.
Yeah, no, I agree. As you said, I just think USC still got, and they haven't had. I mean, obviously you have Caleb Williams, but they still got a ton of talent on offense to kind of come through. So
Moses is okay.
Yeah, he's fine. So, and I don't think Louisville not the type of offense that's gonna just explode away from you. So, yeah, I like getting over a touchdown there.
I do too. I will say that's another team sneaky in the portal. Have you seen what they're doing? Oof. They're doing I would rank them number 2 portal class right now behind Ole Miss. Tom in the chat, we still firing Oregon State plus 6.5, or has the opinion changed? Plenty of 6.5s out there. No, I'm still okay with Oregon State. I mean, Notre Dame's now down a play caller. Even though we didn't like him as a play caller. I mean, that's a lot. That Notre Dame offense is, no one's there from the whole season. That's a lot to ask of that Notre Dame offense. I mean, with a bunch of backups, I think 9 starters last I checked are out, plus the play caller. I don't know. I'm okay on the take there, to say the least. Yeah, Guy S in the chat, that will do it probably. Is Auburn motivated? I think so. I would bet Auburn. I'd lay 2.5. Have you bet it yet?
I have not bet that one yet. I saw there was some 2.5 got bought, but that I don't have anything on that game, side or total. I know still plenty of 2.5s around. I haven't seen have anybody opted out for Maryland or portaled for Maryland? I haven't gotten that.
Yeah, I mean that stud linebacker has that's going to Michigan. I think. Yeah. He's pretty important.
Third and long penalty on ODU, first and goal.
Tight end is in the portal. Dyches, he's pretty good. Barnum, linebacker, 2 starters there. I think an opt out in the cornerback still. So there's 3 starters there. Auburn, maybe just a wide receiver, nothing big there for them. So I would say Maryland's gotten the worst of the opt outs so far.
Yep. Then I think Auburn would be the. Did he fumble this? No, he was down.
Jesus, I just can't believe that'd be one of the. That'd make up. Was it Western that came back on Central or vice versa?
I remember that.
I can't remember it now.
I think it was Central that came back.
Yeah, this will make up for that then. For if you're West Kentucky, this is just unbelievable.
Third and goal, baby. 2 downs to stop them here. So,
I'm confused because Western still won. Central 34-0 in the fourth quarter. Came back and went for 2 and lost by 1. Jesus.
That was
why are we betting it? Sometimes do you ever ask yourself, like, what am I doing? Like, with my life. I'm middle-aged now. I'm on the wrong side of 40. I'm betting on these 18, 19-year-old kids. Half of them don't even want to be there. I'm literally betting money on this shit.
It is it's a hell of a business. We'll say that one there. God, yeah, they're 3rd and goal now. As I saw some people, we've just changed to a live watch along here as we sweat this total out. Did what was the one I wanted to ask you on here as Missouri Ohio State was the one that we haven't and since Monday's show haven't really heard anything deemed official from Ohio State. So still kind of waiting on word if some of those guys are going to play, but still haven't gotten anything.
Haven't even heard anything from Marvin Harrison yet.
No,
so, it's just I thought that would be a pretty easy decision. Not playing. So we'll see on that. I will say I think the Buckeyes at 3 are a buy for me. Mm-hmm. I did make that bet when I saw it hit 3, so I'll wait and see how that shakes out. I don't know. I know you don't like Devin Brown. Maybe that can be a head-to-head for us. So
I don't like Devin Brown. I don't know if I'd go head-to-head at the numbers that currently. But
okay.
What do you want to do? You want to do Texas Washington head-to-head at 4 officially?
Yeah, let's do that. Head-to-head, Texas Washington.
Exact, baby.
I'm on the wrong side of that one, I think, but that's
4th and goal from the 15.
4th and goal from the 15. We need it, man.
Got us back here. So I got one timeout. Probably take the timeout here, and then we have one play for glory.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So I can't believe it got.
How does it get to that? That's unbelievable. Nothing's easy, man. It's just, and everyone says that lock this and that, and it's just nothing's ever easy.
Turner Helton had 15 yards and a pick, and then they go to Velkamp. He's got 354 yards and 4 TDs and 60 yards rushing.
Thank God we had a little bit of nepotism then.
Yeah, I don't know how you show up. You sold that this kid should get the start here. Maybe he's been a good practice player, but that probably cost him the game so far. But yeah,
Zach, I am taking Texas. I'm laying the 4. Knish is taking Washington.
Give me UW, baby. Give me the UW in the 4.
So that's official head-to-head there. Grant in the chat, Kansas minus 12.5. I lean that way. Not one of my favorite bets, but as UNLV has taken a step up in class, they just haven't been able to match it. I think Kansas is relatively excited to get a bowl win. They haven't won a bowl game in 15 years, so I think
my God,
they just scored a touchdown, didn't they?
Touchdown with KU, and he was wide open.
Fucking believable. Crestman, I think that's our first bowl game head-to-head. I think it is. Unbelievable.
Then they're only going for 1 instead of 2.
I wish they just. I mean, I'm done, man.
And it was
that just cost me. I laid 2.5 in contest, but I mean, hell, watch our 4.5 get beat now. You want to talk about bad beats? How about betting on the opener? Fucking Old Dominion plus 4.5. They tell me. I mean, other. I mean, what? I go on Wall Street or something. I mean, in other places, when you get ahead of something that much, you actually can profit. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Oh my God, I can't believe it was the running back out of the backfield too. And they blew the coverage. He's just like wide open. 4th and 15 from the
how. Sometimes you got a young quarterback, bring some pressure. I don't get it.
He was wide open, like wide open on 4th and 15. The game on the line. Joey QB could have made this throw. Like nobody around him on 4th and 15.
How much time is left?
It's like 10 seconds. So.
Oh my God.
It's going to OT.
I can't even watch it. I'd have punched the screen. I'm so tired of it. This season, it's got to end. And people are asking me, "You're gonna do this? You're gonna do this?" I just want it to end. I don't even know. Are you gonna do anything different? I don't know. Stop giving out plays that move 10 fucking points.
28-0 second quarter, and they couldn't hold it. Yeah, that one's gonna be tough to stomach if ODU can't pull off some magic here.
Well, I guess you'll get our tweets and our thoughts because it'll take 10 minutes for overtime for them to set the rules that everybody's known for the last 30 years, flipping the coin and stuff. But thank you to you guys for watching. I wish we could have gotten you an easy winner there on Old Dominion. I thought it was going to be a nice one, even though it was a lean there. We did give out – let's recap the best bets that we gave out today. We did give out the Fenway Bowl, under 51. Get in front of that one. We gave that one out. I'm trying to think of the other ones. LSU minus 7. So those are the two that we did. 51.5. If you shop around, always shop around. USC still there at 7.5. A lot of the other ones are gone though. So thank you to you guys for watching and taking part of this. We get you the best of the number, and then it's out of our hands. We can't control these fucking 19-year-old kids. I don't know, and these idiotic coaches. Yeah, these kickers. You got any closing thoughts? I'm plus.
Let's go Monarchs and OT, baby. Give us something to ride over with.
I am gonna give you something actionable. The Sun Belt fucking sucks, man. I'm no good. I mean, look at these data points now. Louisiana can't win with 3 defensive touchdowns. App State almost loses a third-string quarterback. Georgia Southern gets beat by a third-string quarterback. Old Dominion's getting beat by a third-string quarterback. Maybe the Sun Belt ain't no good. Maybe the Sun Belt. We'll talk more about teasing for the Friday show. We'll talk more about this on leading into Saturday's games because I think every single game has a Sun Belt team in it. So maybe the Sun Belt's no good. And maybe the market will start fading this conference because, my goodness, this has been bad. That'll do it. For the man, the myth, the legend himself, Joey Knish. Producer extraordinaire, Zach Phillips. I'm Brad Powers. Thank you to all for watching. Take care. We'll see you on Friday.
See you Friday.